Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where it is a lovely, not quite as hot Monday here in Southern Ohio.
Yes, thankful for the little respite, a little break here.
A little respite. I love that. I love that word from this heat. But we're going to get right back to it as the week rolls on. But Gaylene is here today, and we're all good with that.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jackson Total Media again for letting us share our good news of Operation Christmas Child.
Of course. And, you know, this is like one of my favorite things to talk about because it's so, it's such a good project and affects so many children, and it's so easy for us to participate in it. And so we're going to tell you all about it here in a little bit. But I tell you what, Adrian tells me we have to play a message first. And then we will be back and talk all things Operation Christmas Child and how you can participate and help. We'll be right back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Gaylene and Operation Christmas Child, and it's been, well, has it been a year since you've been here?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Which seems insane to me that it's been, I feel like you were just here.
I know.
But we're gearing up for the season, right?
Yes, it's kickoff and our kickoff to the season. And our way here, the Southern Ohio Operation Christmas Child team is so excited. We're having a full circle speaker, Alex Nsengimana. And so we're inviting you and all your guests to attend our full speaker event where Alex will firsthand share his incredible journey of a childhood shattered growing up during the 1994 Rwandan genocide. A life you can't imagine.
Wow.
But you'll never forget about it. And when he's here, after he's done telling you his life-changing story, how a simple shoebox gift changed the trajectory of his life together, we know you'll want to pack more than the 15,000 goal of shoeboxes that we have in Southern Ohio this year.
You know, and I think that when you put that feeling to a face and how a simple shoebox can change the entire, as you said, trajectory of a human's life, I think you'll just walk away in awe of this story. And there's so many others just like it.
And yes, there are so many others, but in all my almost 20 years of volunteering, I've never heard one. And we've had the most heartfelt, touching stories from speakers like Nadia, who was here, Maria, who was here, Luis Gonzalez. But this story, and his story isn't ended, so and he'll share that with you. So you can come, please join us Saturday morning at 9:30 at Christ Church of Jackson at 150 Portsmouth Street.
On Portsmouth Street.
On Portsmouth Street, yes. Yes, we're not coming to Portsmouth this year. Yes, and then if you miss us Saturday morning here, you can go to Chillicothe Baptist Church at 2 o'clock, or at 6 o'clock, you can go to Hillsborough's Free Will Baptist Church. And so this is it was lovely, of course. The Jackson Telegram has included all of this in their release last week, and Editor Wilson will again remind you this week, and you can go on Facebook and find it any place. So we hope you can come and hear a most meaningful story.
You know, and I'm curious, how does Alex end up in Southern Ohio? You know, how do you get him here? What's the story with that?
Well, without giving too much away, Alex was adopted by an American family. So he came to the United States, And he is married now and has a baby who a little girl who isn't even a year old yet.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Yes, and so he lives in the United States, not close here, and he is a year-round staff person now, paying it forward at Samaritan's Purse, doing all things Operation Christmas Child.
Very good. And I just think this is such again, an overwhelmingly amazing project. But could you tell a little bit about, because you hear Samaritan's Purse and then you hear Operation Christmas Child. How do they work together? It's not the same thing.
Well, Samaritan's Purse, Operation Christmas Child is a project of Samaritan's Purse and has been since 1993. And Samaritan's Purse, again, the shoeboxes go around the world. More than 170 countries the shoeboxes arrive in. And all of the greatest gift booklets are printed in 118 languages.
Can you believe that?
So again, Samaritan's Operation Christmas Child is primarily external to the United States. But Samaritan's Purse provides humanitarian effort in the name of Jesus everywhere. And that includes North Carolina last year with their floods. It includes Texas and their floods, California, their fires, West Virginia and Kentucky, much closer to us. They were on the ground immediately, helping with the disaster there, all the flooding. Again, in Texas, with their great losses recently, they were there. So that's what they do. They also have programs for veterans and their families. That's what they do here in the United States. Again, all in Jesus' name, and offering chaplains. Not only do chaplains go and try to provide comfort and pray with the people, and help give them hope. They also, again, help with rebuilding. More than hundreds of homes have been built in North Carolina alone by Samaritan's Purse since their floods.
That is incredible. What a good organization.
Yes. And Franklin Graham's son, Edward, coordinated helicopter drops in North Carolina.
Okay.
And it was the largest number of helicopters ever used for an effort like that.
And again, we're talking about North Carolina and the the middle of North Carolina is affected by a hurricane. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, how does that happen? But roads were washed out. I mean, I think there's still roads that have not been repaired. And the only way people had to receive goods was by that.
By helicopter, yes.
I mean, it's just incredible that we live in the middle of, or that we live in the United States and there's still things like disasters like that are happening, and people need help, and that's where Samaritan's Purse can come in and as you said, all in the name of Jesus, and that's amazing. All right, so back to the Shoebox Ministry, to Operation Christmas Child. If you all have been here several times now and talked about it, but I guess kind of give it in a nutshell, if you will, and then we'll get specific about how people can help.
Okay. It's so simple to take a simple shoebox, just a simple shoebox. Now.
She brought show and tell. Love that.
So just a simple shoebox, any shoebox, and of course with back to school. How many kids got new shoes and have those shoe boxes?
Right.
So again, a simple shoebox. And back to school sales are still going on at all the stores, basically. So you can get school supplies at greatly reduced prices, and include them. But take a simple shoebox and decide, do I want to pack for a boy or a girl? And then think, or both. And do you want to pack for a 2 to 4 year old, a 5 to 9 year old, or a 10 to 14 year old? because their likes and their needs with school supplies are very different if you choose one particular
That is
group.
true.
So again, just decide that first, and maybe you need to pray over it a while, and then you're going to pack them with fun. Shoeboxes are going to be fun, full, and personalized, and then, of course, prayed over. So you can pack 1, you can pack 2, you can pack 5, you can pack 100. Do whatever you want. You can pack a shoebox alone. You can get your best friend. You can get together with your family. You can get together with your neighbors, and everybody can bring a little something. Somebody can bring the toothbrushes. Somebody can bring the hair combs. Somebody can bring school supplies, socks, little clothing items, coloring books, notebooks, whatever. And to make it easy for you, I'm looking for, yes.
There it is.
To make it easy for you, anything you could ever want to know about Operation Christmas Child, you can find at SamaritansPurse.org. And you can get free resources, and this will tell you what to pack and what not to pack. And
Because there are certain things that you should not or should not be packed.
Yes.
For obvious reasons. But
And-
some of them aren't so obvious.
And this is the biggest, not so obvious item that we can no longer pack. Soap.
What?
Yes, yeah, exactly. I'm glad we're sitting down. Soap. Now, for years, one thing you're going to pack is soap, correct? Last year, 3 million out of almost 11 million shoe boxes packed. The shoe boxes were delayed because of inspectors, and in many cases, the soap was removed. And other countries now have guidelines like the FDA has. And some of those guidelines include not including soap. So of course, a few years ago we stopped packing toothpaste. So we don't pack toothpaste. We don't pack candy as much as we would like to. That has been stopped about 8 years ago. No more candy. Nothing glass, nothing that will break, nothing liquid. Because if something is liquid and it leaks, and yes, there's something I'd always want to pack that was liquid but can't, it would leak, and it would not just ruin the shoebox, it would ruin excuse me, the shoe boxes in the cartons.
Sure, and you understand that. But wouldn't it be fun to pack bubbles or something?
Exactly.
Something like that.
Yes.
You know, every kid loves bubbles.
Yes, that
right?
was it. You named it.
Yeah,
You named
yeah.
it. Yes, yes.
But you understand why you can't.
Yes,
I guess.
and no
soap I don't understand, but we're gonna go with it.
But we'll accept it.
Yeah.
And no war toys with war. Nothing with nothing with camouflage that would think that in a war-torn country a child might be in the military.
Yeah.
And might be then a victim. So sorry. So those are the main thing. No seeds, no medications, nothing like that. So those are the do-nots. Everything else, we pack fun things. And we always talk about wow toys. So a wow item might be a Barbie doll, and not going to discuss whether or not to take off wrapping. The reason I took her out of the package was because it would not have fit into my shoebox.
Yeah, the Barbie boxes can be huge.
Yes, they are. And so these organza bags that can be purchased very inexpensively, they hold the Barbie and the little outfit and extra shoes and accessories. So that would be a wow gift. Another wow gift would be a soccer ball and a soccer ball pump. School supplies. Now, most people don't think school supplies are a wow gift, but at our conferences that we have, Connect conferences for year-round volunteers, when I've met people from all over the world, whether there be people who coordinate on that side of the shoebox who receive and distribute them, or people here, have heard stories. School supplies were the most important gifts and the most favored gifts that 10 to 14-year-olds received.
Interesting.
Because in most countries, children cannot go to school if their family orphanage, wherever they live, does not send school supplies with them. And for example, in South Africa, and this was more than 10 years ago, one box of 24 crayons was $5. Now in Malawi, the average annual income is less than $700 a year. So, parents being able to afford school supplies or a box of crayons. And Luis Gonzalez, who was one of our full circle speakers before, shared that, and Luis, as a visual, lived in a dirt-floored home, no indoor plumbing, a single mom that had to try to go and get food for he and his sibling every day, sometimes without much success. And so he wanted to go to school, and he begged his mom for school supplies. Well, without even being able to afford food, school supplies were out of the question. She told him to pray. And his neighbor took him to an outreach event, of which there are 136,000 last year. There were 136,000 events where shoeboxes were distributed. He went to this, he got a gift. Included were school supplies and a soft stuffed lamb and 2 Hot Wheels. And yes, I remember that very vividly in his presentation. And many children who receive shoeboxes, even if they're 30 years old, they still have the contents of them.
Isn't that wild? You know, without going to negative town, we Americans do not understand the gravity of other places and how these children are living and how they have to fight daily just to eat.
Yes, just to eat. And one person who lived in an orphanage in Europe, an orphanage in Europe, I met him at a conference, and he is now an adult. And once a month, they would take the children on a bus to a public bathhouse, and they would get a shower.
Once a month.
Once a month. And his Americanized name is Ted, and they would pass a towel along. And of course, by the time it got to him, it was kind of wet, usually. When he got his own washcloth, when we could pack soap, but he got his own washcloth, he thought it was his own mini towel. Children, when we could pack soap, would sleep with their bar of soap under their pillows in orphanages because they never had their own bar of soap. And Nadia, who spoke here, and she's not the only one or the fifth shoebox recipient I've ever heard say, there was never any color in her life. It was all gray until she got a Barbie with a pink dress.
Whoa.
Yes. And she lived in Ukraine. She and her family lived in Ukraine. And speaking of Ukraine, we talked about Samaritan's Purse in addition to that Operation Christmas Child is a part of. And because of the relationships with Operation Christmas Child, Samaritan's Purse has been able to go into countries and already have networks built to do outreach immediately with humanitarian effort. And as of now, over the years, Ukraine children have received 6 million shoeboxes. And when the war started 3.5 years ago, there were those relationships that field hospitals could be built immediately, whether right near the border of Ukraine or in Poland, or close for those children and adults fleeing, and to provide other services, because without utilities, they would not have heat. So countless wood stoves were sent over there. So those relationships around the world, the underpinning was kind of Operation Christmas Child.
Isn't that amazing how it comes full circle?
Yes, yes.
Very good.
And and everybody can be a part of this.
You should be a part of this.
We hope, we pray.
Again, well, let's kind of show what's in that box. Will that be one that's sent out?
Yes, and actually that's the first one. And as I'm here today, my husband is starting to fold my shoe boxes because I'm setting up in the parlor where I pack my shoe boxes. And again, it's whatever you have on your heart to pack in a shoebox. I'm kind of a theme person. It keeps me better organized. So
I get that.
It just does. So this is kind of a Barbie shoebox. So coloring book, again, $1. A jump rope. And this is a double jump rope because this is going to be for a 5 to 9 or 10 to 14-year-old.
Fun.
Jump rope. And then no soap, but a washcloth.
Uh-huh.
Fun socks. School supplies. And
Look how much stuff you have in there. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So, and a little more could even go in here. So we have 24 crayons and, a little something for her hair. And in here, a necklace and bracelets with a cross. We've been told many children, especially in hard-to-reach areas of the world, have never seen their own faces. So,
okay. Wow. That's whoa. That's
Yes.
powerful.
Because shoe boxes go to the farthest ends of the earth, and you can find out at SamaritansPurse.org/OCC more about that. If you go to SamaritansPurse.org/ends to the ends of the earth, you'll find out more. So this is a compact, and it doesn't have glass in it. But even if it would not be taken out of the shoebox at the Charlotte Processing Center where our shoe boxes are each inspected. So this is packed. And this is not lip gloss, it's lip balm, and it doesn't melt. So Barbie.
Chapstick.
Chapstick can
Is
go.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
chapstick is fine. And then a little fun. I don't know about you, but when I was little, boy, was it exciting.
Yes.
Okay, yes, it was exciting.
I have not seen one of those in years.
And you can buy these in volume at that one place that a lot of us shop for volume things. So it's like 5-6 colors of ink.
I'll bet these two have never seen that. Oh, you have? Oh, okay.
And then this
This is great.
and then this is a mini, and it's a fun one they could just put in their pocket.
Sure.
Okay, God bless you. And then a dual solar and battery calculator.
Okay.
And something, these little pop toys that people love. And yeah, this is my first box, and I'm going to go back and add a little more. Big eraser, and pencils and other pens, glue stick, pencil sharpener, a toothbrush, no toothpaste, but a toothbrush, and
Did you see all this? That's like clowns in a Volkswagen.
yes. And this Barbie little outfits, magnetic, so you could change her outfits. Tic-tac-toe game with directions, a notebook, a dress, and the earrings kind of match the dress, and a comb. And last but not least, a letter from me. So we hope it's fun, it's full, personalized, and of course, they'll all be prayed over.
That is incredible. And here's the thing. I mean, I think, as you, that it would be fun to go out and shop for things. And, we have dollar stores, and we have all of these, places that you can go. And as you said, there's all kind of back-to-school sales going on right now. However, if you are not a shopper, because a lot of people aren't, there's an alternative.
Absolutely. Build a box online. And so you have, if you rather do it visually instead of brick and mortar, we have that opportunity. So
They make it so easy for you.
Yes. So you go to SamaritansPurse.org/OCC, build online. And again, if you just go to SamaritansPurse.org and you put in fill a shoebox, pack a shoebox, you'll get all the information.
Find it.
So again, you have all kind of items to choose from. a boy or a girl, different age groups. You can personalize your own note, and you can even send in a picture of you and your family. And many people do that, and children really cherish those pictures and those letters. And after all these years, they still have those letters and those pictures.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. So again, it's so simple to build online. And also, if you want to help, you want to volunteer, you can find out all kind of volunteer opportunities, and especially at one of the 8 processing centers in the United States, because we hope to pack 11 plus million shoeboxes here in the United States this year, and each one has to be, every box is inspected, so none of those do not pack items are in there. So there are thousands and thousands and thousands of volunteers during National Collection Week, which is always the 3rd week in November. And this year it's November 17th through the 24th. And your drop-off here is in Oak Hill, and it's at the Evangelical Oak Hill Evangelical 3CU Church on Route 93.
Awesome.
And after you hear Alex, you're going to get the opportunity on Tuesday, September 9th, to attend a workshop, a free workshop, at the Oak Hill Evangelical 3CU Church at 6 to 8 p.m. and meet other people who have packed shoeboxes, who want to share their experiences. And you could be a newbie, you could have been packing like, and I'm going to put her name out there, Patty Tipton, who is just, she really started it all in Jackson County. And I can't say enough about her. So she's the pro. She's the OG of shoebox packing here.
Love that.
Again, just go and learn and listen, and they'll have, and you can make a lot of crafts and pack them as well. And so you can pack alone, you can pack with family. You can pack at your church packing party, your school packing party. I know a 3rd grade class, this will be their 13th year of packing shoeboxes, and as a joke, I'd say, no, they're not the same students for 13 years. but again, this is their 13th year, and they pack 30
That's
shoeboxes
amazing.
every year. So Girl Scouts pack, Boy Scouts pack. Our house is, it's taken over most of the year by OCC. I mean, I'm just being honest, but that's just me. And it doesn't have, people out there, don't be concerned. That doesn't have to be your house. It's probably not. Maybe only 2% of the population's house is filled with shoebox items year round. So it's a great time to shop. If you can use your own shoebox, and if you want to order these shoeboxes online, and many of us do, churches do, and now they're the easy self-sticking labels. So you can order those free online.
Okay.
And after
that way you can mark it what it is.
Yes,
okay.
And we've marked it already for a girl, 5 to 9.
Okay.
And after you pack and after you pray, if you can also add $10 for shipping. But it's not just shipping, but it's really important. So our shoe boxes from Jackson are going to go to Wheelersburg, the central drop-off. Then they're going to be transported by truck to Charlotte. Then they're going to be taken to probably the East Coast. And then they're going to go in a big container ship, probably container ship, to its receiving country. And then it pays, the $10 also covers training for the people at the outreach, the churches. So those are just some, and also the greatest gift. And the greatest gift goes with every shoebox, and it's in 118 languages. And this is just my French version that I happened to get this morning.
Fun. Well, very good. Well, you have a video. You brought a video with you. And so kind of tell everybody what we will be seeing.
Okay. You're going to, I hope you all come to Christ Church of Jackson on Saturday morning. And this is a video of Alex going back to where he received his shoebox.
That's incredible. All right, let's roll it, Adrian.
God doesn't do anything to harm his children. That's only Satan's work. I was blaming him, and I didn't see how he worked to save my life. And I want people to understand that the God who did that in my life, protecting me through the war, is the God who is working in their lives, is the God who is with them each and every day, the God who is using something as simple as a shoebox to change a kid's life. We're at my orphanage that I grew up in. I came to the orphanage in 1995, and the same year later on, I received the shoebox here when I was very young, when I was about 7 years old, and I can show you exactly where I was. I was standing right there, and all of us 250 kids standing in this area, getting ready to receive a shoebox, and that's where it took place. And I could right now just sitting here, standing here and looking at that, and getting ready to to hand out other boxes. It's just amazing. Yeah, it's awesome. Jesus loves you, and he cares for you. Okay? Hari michi. Murika da hari michi. Do. There. Seeing the letters and seeing the school supplies and the hygiene items, to someone out there may not mean much, but to a kid here in an orphanage or at home, it may mean a world to them. It may communicate the only time they can really be reminded that, someone really cares about me. And then receiving the message of the greatest journey with these boxes, and just showing through how Jesus Christ came on this earth to die for his people, and understanding that he came to die for them too. God. Only God knows their hearts. We don't know their hearts. God knows their hearts. And God will use that gift to just go and reach in the deepest of their hearts. Keep packing more. That's what I would say, because there's there's so many kids in this world that needs the same message that these kids just received and that I received when I was very young. So thank you so much, and please don't give up.
All right, and we are back with Gaylene from Operation Christmas Child and Samaritan's Purse, and all of the good that you all do is unbelievable. But it's interesting, as you said, when you see that, that was a very, very powerful 3-minute video of those kids, those children. Those are life-changing moments for them.
Yes. And I mean, they really are life-changing because
look
they
how
get
happy.
I mean, just packing hope and love in a shoebox. That's what's in there, and because so many former shoebox recipients whom I've met as adults, like they just couldn't believe a stranger would pack a shoebox for them, and again, thinking of their experiences in living and their economy in many of their countries. We've even reached unreached tribes. Mm-hmm. So think, again, a pencil is something incredible. Something colorful like this, or a Barbie doll. Again, so it's incredible for them. So you saw them in their little, school uniforms, but you saw in the background their blue gowns, like graduation gowns. So each child, as I mentioned, gets the booklet, The Greatest Gift, with their shoebox. And no, they're not packed inside the shoebox because we don't know at the processing center where they're going to go exactly. So the greatest gift is given to them at the outreach.
Because it's written in their language.
In their language, right.
Okay.
And Braille. and Braille. And Samaritan's Purse, Operation Christmas Child, is also working on ways to reach people who communicate more through seeing, hearing than reading. But they get the greatest gift, and then if they choose, they can enroll in a discipleship program called The Greatest Journey. Yes, thank you, Adrian. So you see, every 60 seconds, 22 children get a shoebox. 11 of those choose to be enrolled in The Greatest Journey. 8 graduate. So now we're talking about graduation. So they had their little gowns on, and that's when they graduated from their discipleship program. And then, if they accept Jesus and they want a Bible in their own language, they get a Bible in their own language. And some of you educators may believe this is really important. The greatest gift, the greatest journey, and everything, and the Bible, they're all color coordinated, and they all go together. And the programs of the Greatest Journey, they were not produced solely by Samaritan's Purse and Operation Christmas Child. They actually got input from the countries that are going to teach it, because their teaching methods, as I have learned at conferences, they choose to do teaching a little bit different than we do here. And so that input was really integral in developing The Greatest Journey.
Amazing. Well, once again, if you would go over the important dates that are coming up, and to doing these shoe boxes. It might be good to come to the workshop, or
yes,
please. to come to a packing event. That way you kind of understand what to do.
Yes, please. And so Saturday, this coming Saturday, we hope to see you at Christ Church of Jackson. And of course, the doors will open before 9:30 or even before 9 o'clock. And yes, we will have late refreshments, of course. And then you can go online to SamaritansPurse.org/OCC. And just if you have questions, you can get all kind of answers there. Again, what to pack, what not to pack, how to pack. Then our local Jackson workshop is going to be Tuesday, the 9th of September at Oak Hill 3CU Church. And they will be there from 6 to 8 and probably longer. And then on National Collection Week is November 17th through the 24th.
Okay.
Now, there is, when you go to SamaritansPurse.org/OCC, you can put in the search bar. You can find out, well, if I can't go to a workshop here, where can I go in Gallia, Meigs, Lawrence, or Scioto counties?
Oh, yeah. So, or if you're watching from somewhere else,
yes.
there is an event out there
yes.
for wherever you're listening
and
from.
Wherever you
yes.
are. So if you're in Cleveland, Ohio, if you're in Miami, Florida, if you're in Portland, Maine, that you can go to that locator, put your zip code in, and it will tell you when and where. Same way with drop-offs. Wherever you are in the United States, and including Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, the United Kingdom, South Korea, you can find out where you can drop your shoe boxes and when. And their National Collection Week is different than ours is. It's earlier. So again, that website will tell you everything. And then when you have your labels, each and every one of those multi-million shoe boxes is scanned at their processing center. And you can follow your shoe box. So when you register online, that information will be registered.
And you know where it goes.
And then
how fun!
And then after the new year, you can search for where it was delivered, and you just put in your email address, and that country or countries will pop up. And for teachers, what a learning experience! What a way to teach geography. Follow your shoebox.
Love that. Well, Gaylene, thank you so much for stopping in today. We appreciate it. It's always so much fun talking with you. And this is such an amazing project.
You're such a blessing.
Thank you. And we do hope that you all participate. But if you do have questions, it's super easy. You just head to Samaritan's Purse and online, and you can easily navigate to all the information that you need.
And I can give you a local number.
Okay.
And our area coordinator, Sherry Klingeman, would be very happy to answer your questions. And she's at area code 740-395-6468.
All right. That sounds amazing. Well, thank you for spending your morning with us. We greatly appreciate you, and please participate in this amazing and super rewarding project. All right, well, I'll tell you what, we do have a message, and we have another short video to let you know about, or for some things that are going on here locally, and then we will be back with our good friend Pete Wilson right after this.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegrammnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Hi, everybody. I am here with super special guests today. This is my friend Grimace, and I am totally fangirling over having Grimace here in the studio. And also our good friend Whitney from our local McDonald's.
Hello, everybody.
Is back with us today. And I mean, this is my Gen X dreams. I mean, seriously, I grew up with Grimace and Ronald McDonald and the Fry Guys and Birdie and everybody. And McDonald's has this amazing new promo going on. It like just started, and it's bringing back McDonald Land.
Yep.
It's so exciting. Whitney, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I'm really happy that Grimace tagged along with me today. I have a few other McDonald Land friends I can maybe bring by the studio. So I do. So let me know if you're into Hamburglar. I know somebody who knows him. So, but we do. We have a wonderful promotion going on right now at McDonald's. It just started a couple of days ago, and it goes until about the end of the first week of September, or when supplies run out. But we have a meal deal going on where you can get either a quarter pounder with cheese or a 10-piece nugget, and it comes with this delicious shake. It's blue with this delicious pink icing, or it's not really icing, but whipped cream. Tastes like icing though. And it comes with these collectible tins, and they're the McDonald Land characters. So we have, of course, Grimace. We have Hamburglar. I think Mayor McCheese is back. Everybody forgets about Mayor McCheese, but he's back. Birdie and some other favorites that you have. So, they have little collectibles inside, like postcards, sticker type things. So it's really fun. It's kind of our take on a McDonald's adult Happy Meal, because just because you're an adult doesn't mean you can't have fun anymore. So.
Adulting is hard.
It
I mean, we
is.
deserve
We do.
toys and gifts and presents and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I am so excited. And Whitney brought us McDonald Land shakes, and they are this super cute blue color, and they have this like bright pink frosting, or not frosting, whipped cream on them. Yeah, like up on the screen.
Yep. They're delicious though, right?
Oh my gosh. That is actually really, really good.
I've had like a million and I can't stop, so I need to, but they're so good. They're so good.
Okay, that is really, really good. So if you have not tried this yet, you have to go over and go try this. This is actually really good. It's like a light berry kind of flavor. It's really tasty. Oh yeah, that's going to be gone. That's a given. So, and I'm excited about the tins too. I need to get over there and go get them. So I'm a huge scrapbooker and junk journaler, and they have been going crazy on the internet for the stuff that's inside of the tins, the paper and the stickers and all of the stuff. So I am so jazzed to get over and go get my tins.
Yeah, I thought it would be hard to move from those mini McDonald.
Oh my gosh!
Because like my kids were obsessed with them. This was a toy promotion that we just had in the Happy Meals with miniature size McDonald's things. But people are going crazy about these too. So I imagine online they're perfect for scrapbooking. So.
Oh yeah, I am so excited. The stickers are so cute that are inside of it. And I mean, even if you aren't a crafty person, they're like totally fun. And like I said, this is like your Gen X dreams come true. It's like like a little piece of my childhood has come back, and I absolutely love it.
Well, I'm happy we can make a couple people happy.
Oh my gosh, this is like so made my day having Grimace here. Yay! And she brought treats. I mean, how much better can it possibly be? So make sure you get to McDonald's. You got to get there fast. So it's going to be probably right after Labor Day-ish or so, or while supplies last. But I can only imagine they're going to go fast. Those little McDonald Land toys, those were a hit for me as well. I have a whole bunch of them in my car. I was like so excited to collect them. And so the tins are just going to be like the next thing that I just have to have. So,
well, we can't wait to see you all there. And we appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson, who has so graciously stopped by this morning to tell us the latest and greatest in news.
Okay, yeah, we've got a kind of a mixed bag. We're first going to go into something that's going to affect the public if you want to visit the Memorial Building. Remember, the big transition will soon be on at the Memorial Building.
Yes.
145 Broadway Street, that's where the mayor and service director's offices are, you know, the heart of city government. That building, of course, is going to be demolished later on. Bidding out that contract now, it could happen the week after the Apple Festival, the start of it at least.
Yeah.
They're going to be operating in the interim once they're moved out of the Memorial Building from the AmVets building at 200 Broadway Street, which is right on the corner of Broadway and Pearl. Well, they've got to have time to move in there, and so we're into that. The city announced on Friday that starting today, Monday, August the 18th, the Memorial Building offices will be closed to the public after 12 p.m. That's so they can concentrate on starting to move things from the Memorial Building, whether it's office stuff, storage, or whatever, to the AmVets building. And, you know, there's probably a lot of stuff there, maybe that isn't even being used, but they have to move it, anything that they want to keep. And so they're going to be working, but they're going to be moving. And so if you have any business with the city or business in the Memorial Building for this interim period that's starting today, you need to go there between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. noon. All right?
Okay.
Now, if you have something where you need to deal with the mayor, service director, or staff, it's not necessarily excluded. You just have to set that up via an appointment.
Sure.
You know, if something has to happen in the afternoon, you can do that. You can, make an appointment between 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. You just can't pop in because, you know, they're trying to move also. 740-286-2201, that is the service director's number. And they will, make an appointment or some arrangements, at a mutually convenient time. So over the weekend, we did have that big red carpet event at the Marquee. Red Thompson Jr. was there for the red carpet. You can see there was a red carpet. There was a red carpet outside. There was a red carpet inside. And most of the members, I'm saying, of the fishing team were there, of course, the coaches, and Dakota Dunn. That is Dakota on the far left, if you're looking at the picture in the red bow tie. He, of course, is the director of the film called The Road to Oklahoma, which was about the experience that happened last June of the Jackson High School bass fishing team. In their third season of existence, they're already in the national championship with all these folks and probably more who competed in the national championships in a big lake in Oklahoma. That's why they called it The Road to Oklahoma. Well, Dakota Dunn is from MacArthur. He has a company called Stellar Films. He's a young fella, but he is very serious about, video production and movies. And he produced The Road to Oklahoma. And then he organized this event, which he called a red carpet movie premiere Saturday at the Marquee. Red Thompson Jr. was there for the red carpet. He took that picture there. Then they showed the movie. I was there for most of it. It was a 3-hour movie.
So it's 3 hours.
3 hours,
Whoa.
right. Started at 3:30, and I'm not sure what time it was over, but I was told it's a 3-hour movie.
Is it kind of a documentary type thing?
I would call it a documentary. It's all over in Oklahoma, and there are interviews with the boys and girls that are on the fishing team. Head coach Jeff Strasser, some of the adult boat captains, which I guess you could call maybe assistant coaches, sort of, and some of the parents who were involved as well. And the meat of it was these interviews. They did interviews going into the tournament. They did interviews during the tournament, interviews after the tournament. And here is what I came away with. I came away with an increased appreciation for the science of fishing.
Sure.
I mean, you just don't get in the boat and throw the line in the water.
No, it's a whole thing.
You have a plan. You have to make adjustments based on the weather and how the fishing conditions are. And when there's 400 boats on the water moving around to a spot that pays off, the thing that I was impressed with even more than learning about fishing and competition and all like that was how well spoken these boys and girls were.
Yes, and the skills that they're learning along the way with that
now,
is huge.
Yeah, you understand that this is a video recording, and there may have been more than one take or whatever, but I cannot believe I was very impressed by how well they articulated themselves, what they were doing, and then how they felt about the situation they were in. They were really touched by the fact they were stressed to a certain degree because they were in national competition. It was a responsibility to them and the team both. They had a strong loyalty bond among the team members, and they knew they were representing Jackson High School in Jackson as well, and that was important to them. They were touched by all the support they got from the coach and other people adults who helped them, and all the sponsors in the community who helped make it happen too. And it was well worth watching. One of the young men talked emotionally, but kept his composure, talked emotionally about how his deceased grandmother was a inspiration to him from a young age, and how that motivates him daily in what he does, because he was so inspired by her example and her courage, because she died as a result of a catastrophic illness. I think it might have been cancer or whatever.
Oh my! Yes.
And he remembered her courage during that difficult time, however many years ago that was. But these young men and women not only were fantastic fishermen, fantastic human beings as well. And I know that experience far beyond just learning how to fish better is going to serve them well in their life ahead. And this is a young fishing team for Jackson High School. A lot of them will be back next year. You can't say enough about what Coach Jeff Strasser and the adults and the kids have done to work, because this wasn't just something, if you didn't know anything about it and you were thinking maybe you weren't going to give the kids credit enough, you're thinking, well, this is just something to do, a little hobby, a thing to have fun with and whatever. And maybe some of them even start off with that mindset.
Yep. But it gets serious real fast, doesn't it?
But that changed. They wanted to do well in national competition, and of course we know that they did. We're going to have an initial report in Wednesday's paper, and then we will do more later in the week as well. But I was very impressed with that. Okay, another thing that I was very impressed with, and I talked about this at the end of the week, was the Limerick Bean Dinner. Yes. Because they have been doing it for either 126 or 127 years. I'm going to show you both ends of the supply chain. This is the front end. That is Ken McIntosh, who was one of the bean pot cookers and scoopers. And I can firsthand tell you they were great. I got a quart to take home. White beans or brown beans. That is Jackson County Probate Juvenile Judge Justin Skaggs, who does get around the county still. He's in the middle of a term. But he had white beans, and as you can see, he's very much enjoying his beans. But when I was there, it had been going on for about an hour. But those picnic tables outside the Limerick Grange Hall were almost full. A lot of people were having a good time. I would describe it almost as a community reunion.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like a family reunion,
Yes.
bigger thing, far beyond members of the Limerick Grange and even the Limerick community out there.
Yep.
But it was very nice, and the beans, the pies, the sandwiches were all good. A humongous Chinese auction going on inside too that helped raise money for that Grange building, well over 100 years old, and the event, of course, 126 or 127 years. So we'll have some coverage on that too. Okay, I want to go real quickly to the start of school, because that is still going on this week. We know that some of our schools have already started. Jackson City Schools started last Monday. Buckeye Hills started Friday. CLA starts today. But this week, the Wellston and Oak Hill schools start Wednesday. The Wellston and Vinton County schools start Wednesday, and the Oak Hill Union Local Schools on Thursday. But tonight, Wellston Middle School will have an open house. Their 6th graders and new students at 5 p.m., and then returning 7th and 8th graders, their open house will be at 6 p.m. That's at Wellston Middle School. At Oak Hill tonight, Monday evening, Oak Hill Elementary will have an open house from 5 to 7:30 p.m. Oak Hill Middle High School will have an open house also from 5 to 7:30 p.m. I think we have some open houses tomorrow as well, but pretty soon, by Thursday, everybody will be back for the start of the 2025-26 school year. Be careful out there with the kids walking to school and the buses and all like that. Okay, real quickly on the political front, we talked about all those candidate filings in the election, nonpartisan, independent, some write-in candidates filing for the November 4 ballot. I may or may not have said this on TV on Friday, but regardless, I made a mistake in the paper. I'll correct it here for our Main Street TV audience. For the Vinton County Local School Board, I reported that Mary Ann Hale, who is a current board member, did not run for re-election. Well, there was a good reason for that. Her term isn't up, which that was a mistake I made.
Whoopsie.
So Mary Ann Hale's still a school board member and will be for at least 2 more years. So I do apologize to her and everybody else who I may have confused. I think on Friday we talked about people who had filed for school board. Okay, today we'll talk real quickly about some of the municipal races. There is a little bit of change in the city of Jackson. Now, remember, in the city of Jackson, most of the candidates filed for the May special election. They actually call that a special election, not a primary. And there wasn't any competition, meaning there was not any 2 Republicans or Democrats running for any one spot. Since then, filing as write-in candidates, Ryan Peters filed as a write-in candidate for the seat he currently holds on First Ward. And Erin E. Young, who is the 3rd Ward councilwoman, she filed as a write-in candidate as well.
Okay.
Since that time, because they filed as write-in candidates some time ago, but just more recently, 2 other write-in candidates have filed. So we're going to have 2 contests in the city of Jackson for council.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for at-large. The candidates are Marva Colby, Brett Foster, and Brittany Hinch. Marva Colby and Brett Foster are incumbents. Brittany Hinch is a newcomer. Jeff Elliott, who is an at-large councilman, is running for treasurer instead. So that created that created not I won't say not an opening, but it created a position where there wasn't an incumbent. Brittany Hinch stepped into that. Now the top 3 people get elected. It's not that you run for a certain at-large position. Well, now running for an at-large position is Tommy Hill of Jackson.
Okay.
He runs a music business a little bit, works out at Kroger.
Yep.
And
I graduated with him.
He's been interested in politics and government, and he is going to run as an at-large candidate write-in.
Okay.
So a little bit more difficult for him because those other candidates will have their names on the ballot. The 3rd Ward, this is interesting, we now have 2 write-in candidates. In addition to Erin Young, we also have Megan Wiseman running for that 3rd Ward council. So neither of their, so when that's on your ballot, if you live in the 3rd Ward only, it's not for the whole city, but in the 3rd Ward, you'll see 2 blank spots, but there'll be write-in candidate, and you've got to know who you're going to vote for, and you have to, write it in correctly.
So it'll be either Aaron or Megan.
Exactly, for 3rd Ward. And
wow.
it's not totally over yet. Write-in candidates can file until August the 25th. The only persons who cannot file, provided you're an eligible voter and you're of age and you live in the right place, you cannot file if you have run and your petition was invalidated because of deficiencies, not enough valid signatures, or you didn't fill it out right, or whatever. So anybody who was invalidated, remember we had 9 candidates invalidated overall in Jackson County, they cannot run for their same seat, even as a write-in. All right. So in the city of Wellston, we didn't have any change there. There was no additional candidates. We have no contests right now. In the 4th Ward Council, Walter Bub Norris is currently the 4th Ward Councilman. He did not run for re-election, and there is no independent candidate. There is no write-in candidate.
Okay.
So right now, the ballot not quite full in the city of Wellston. All right, in the village of Oak Hill, 5 of the 7 Oak Hill Village Council seats are on the election block this year, and there are 5 candidates. The candidates are, and these are 4-year terms. Incumbents seeking re-election are Terry McCain and Jeremy Van Dyne. Incumbent Brian Moore was appointed. He is also running for the unexpired term. Incumbent Brian Trotter was going to run for re-election, but his petition was one of those that was invalidated, so he will not be able to run, even though he's sitting on council now. There are 2 challengers that have jumped in. Remember, we said in a separate story that Jennifer Hughes, who is currently the council president, that's something that gets appointed later. It's not an elected position, but you get elected as a councilman. She stepped down from her post and is not running for re-election.
Right.
And they're looking for somebody to fill her unexpired term, which is just through the end of the year. But 2 other challengers running for those 5 council spots are mother-daughter, Kay Cooper and Tara Cooper, both of Oak Hill.
Okay.
All right, in the village of Colton, where there have been problems coming up with enough candidates to fill the seats, that is the case again. 2 candidates have filed in the village of Colton for 4-year terms. The only candidate, there are only 2 candidates have filed in the village of Colton. Mark Miller, who was appointed as mayor, is running for an unexpired term as mayor, which would run through 2027. He was appointed when Jim Milliken stepped down. The only candidate for council is incumbent Matt McCarthy. There are 4 council seats up, but the only candidate is Matt McCarthy. So we'll have to see whether the other ones that are on council now who chose not to run will allow themselves to be appointed, or they come up with somebody else. But the ones who have not filed can still wait until as late as August 25th to file. Maybe, they'll be talked into it. They'll say, okay, I'll do it. But they have not done it so far.
Okay.
So that's where we stand, Jennifer. We'll hit some of the municipalities in MacArthur, some of the municipalities in Vinton County, including MacArthur, some interesting stories there. A couple of places where there just isn't enough candidates for the position. So, Uncle Sam, we want you to run for city or village council.
Do it.
Somebody needs to do it. This is your opportunity.
That's right.
You can even do it as a write-in candidate, and right now maybe you might be the only one on the ballot. All you need to do is vote for yourself.
Vote for yourself, and you're good.
And you're allowed to do that.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much for letting us know all of the information, and you will be back tomorrow.
I plan on it.
And I know that Dr. Kelly Roush will be here as our guest tomorrow, and my guess is we'll talk all things sports, physicals, and all of that stuff, because that's what she tends to do.
Dr. Kelly
She's awesome.
She is awesome, and anybody with the Jackson High School sports program will testify to that. She is listed as the team doctor, but she is at so many of the sporting events.
She's everywhere.
Jason Crawford is great as the trainer, and she is the team doctor. And the fact that Jackson High School has both of them, incredible. It truly is. It is a blessing with a capital B.
You've got it. All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much. And thank you all for tuning in. And we will be right back here tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Thank you. Bye-bye.